right. I am proposing that IDPA swap their scoring system to a different scoring system. So I'm about to go doing a little bit of shooting and drilling, and there's no places near me that I can just go pick up like 2 or 3 IDPA targets real quick and use those. So the place that I got some 2x2s at, or a 2x2 to cut in half to make the 2 target posts to stick into the ground to staple this to. I just asked if they had some leftover cardboard from anything, and they had a couple of boxes that were big enough for a target. So this is what I propose as the new target for IDPA, and this is just rough. You know, this isn't perfected, obviously. You can see the C zones are a little bit off right there, but this is just like a rough draft. And here's the idea behind it, right? Your A zone, that recognizes anything like from above your eyebrow down to roughly the center of your sternum. That's a 12-inch A zone. It's like 12 by 4, roughly. 12 by 3.5, 12 by 4. No, sorry, it's a 12 by 3 because the head is 6 inches across. That is 1.5 inches from there to there, from there to there. So this is 3 inches by 12 inches. This represents, or 3 by 13 is the full thing, but I leave that inch up there. I leave the inch up there because that represents the top of the head where a round may possibly like actually bounce off if not hit at a proper angle or with a high enough load. So this is eyebrow to sternum. This represents all of your spinal column, jugular vein, any kind of major veins that are running into your arms, like where they would be connecting, anywhere in your neck right here. This is like ideal where you're hitting somebody in a defensive scenario. Your B zone is sufficient. If you hit somebody in the side of their head with a handgun, unless they're hopped up on PCP, the chances of them doing anything to you is extremely minimal. Like if you haven't killed them, you've put them out of the fight. So the B is like ideal. You hit somebody once or twice inside of, or sufficient. Hit somebody once or twice inside of there, and it probably will do the job, but it's not ideal, which is spinal column, fatal T, jugular veins, and anything that would be inside of there. Then you have your non-ideal, which is like the edge of your shoulder blades, kind of down to the remainder of the core of your chest before you get into the D zone, which kind of represents like arms and lower stomach. Down here, these shots would be considered non-critical unless you were hit with like really big rounds or several of them, or they got like all messed up in your organs. But as far as putting you out of the fight, unless Poopaw's 4.4 Magnum and his freaking Uncle Mike's leather holster is actually effective to stop a shooter, then the chances of any of this putting somebody out of a fight hopped up on adrenaline shooting back at you is much lower than the A or the B zone, or even the C. So I propose that IDPA go to this general scoring system right here because it's international defensive pistol shooting, not scoring.